Yo. Which account? Sicko or which one?
Yes.
Alright. Give me a second.
You see how slow it was? I started throwing it in, motherfucker.
It's the deep throw. The deep throw's like that bitch.
I know, but he is. Listen, they all do it, but his is like extra fucking.
Yeah, 6'8".
I'm just saying, it just really takes time to throw with him.
What's up? How are you? Oh, I thought that was JJ. Oh, it is. Oh, I'm tripping. I thought it was, and then you made that voice. I was like, wait. I had the screen up and everything looking at the party. I'm in this divisional game right here.
This Lion fan base, coach, they have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002. And Detroit ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. Now we're taking in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
I
know. I'm going to be a point if you're not. But if you are, then I'm going to be probably small forward because JJ will probably be shooting guard.
Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up
last
to get to the
first year I was shooting
that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They run. Anderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because earlier in
this
game,
I'm
seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And then it'll be a midday game.
Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Running for it. Here's Anderson. And he's got Rome. C.J. Anderson, touchdown, Detroit.
I used to always be
C.J. Anderson, 56 yards, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
It don't matter.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
You just got. We know how to play 2K.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Hey, but I'm just saying, I want to get back in the groove. Like,
I have no problem being scoring. I love shooting the ball.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He's got a first down and more past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. After the run, Newton going to throw. 20. Smith catches left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Shoves him aside. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Stafford with a give. This is Riddick. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
59. Mike 59.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. Two defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw is Stafford.
Bro, that's bullshit. Keep this right there.
From 19 yards away. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes us... After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Forced out to his left. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 37 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gano for the extra point.
The ball, but it still gave him the touchdown.
Hell of a pass.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back. Yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe Anderson loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. These two teams all tied after one. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Ready? Push it back. Push it back.
On 2nd down and 4, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Torrey Smith there to make the grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 21-14.
Oh my God.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
56 to mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
On first down at Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. The completion to Riddick. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Drill right, 22. Hey, Alpha. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
So they will go for it. Stafford. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
I know you were sick of
He goes, he spent time drafting, left the draft. He's one of the local members.
Now he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
You fucking love
timing is
chat.
everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a run with Anderson. Room here to run. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They run again on first down. Anderson, they'll get only a couple down to the 44.
No, I stopped right. Dude, it was holding right off the bat. It was like holding immediately. Like you made one move. As soon as you made your first move.
You can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of it.
You made your first move, and it was holding. One move holding, and I was stopped.
10th carry now for Anderson.
He was chasing me down the field.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game. And
you can, as a matter of fact, please do, because then you can see when I fucking give up.
Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And that will be incomplete.
The 10,
and it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Oh, no. What did I just do? That was all my fault. Man, the flags are stupid.
On fourth down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 42 yards. Point away now from tying this football game. Fighting for the extra point. And we've got a tie game here, back and forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
I can't get anybody to strip the ball this year. I would probably spam this shit up.
Pure hit stick.
I get it. That guy ran up. I tried to pick on him. I got he had a hold of you.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys have now moved out in front. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast and as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front.
Everybody's open, but
right
it takes extra time for him to set his feet. Takes extra time, and you kind of like
going out of bounds.
Really
calling a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
180, 54, Mike 54. Let's go, D. 59.
What?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
That's a good shot.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones.
Look where he was, and look where he's
going
going
to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 18.
I'm sorry, Coach.
I guess.
Here's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
I was trying to leave it over, like lean it over his shoulder a little bit, like touch pass it over his shoulder.
Strong grabs it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Panthers out there ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
I know you didn't do that, Seth.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
You
gotta take control of him.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
The swerve is super effective.
Yeah.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change it a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Trying to lay one up deep.
It's all fun with him for this year.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tracy Walker.
Quicker than I thought, but not very good.
Great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
What was that? It's not like that was a fucking...
He's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit. Maybe run the ball a little bit more.
Hello?
A lot of it depends on the scoreboard.
Hello?
They may have to keep throwing it.
What the fuck?
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there? Swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
Well, the guy was standing right there. He ran right past him. I was watching him. I'm like, look at that guy. I was watching him come in.
This time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be third down.
That play with this mean read option last night took me to the last like 40.
Now a play fake at Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
God damn it, man.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On second down and 4. Newton, sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Dude, every time I pick my play, I have to pick it twice. I didn't say anything the whole, like, it's been so weird. Should have said something else.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They will go for it. Now Newton completes it to Samuel.
Did you see that?
Big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. And it's going to be another first down as he'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a
God
bad
damn it, man. Every
so
time, right down the fucking middle.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
One
I think
guy.
he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Casino blitz.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a
I'm
row
not,
with a
it's not that.
12-yard
It's just
gain.
that my line is letting one guy through every fucking time.
A run on first down,
Look
but it's
it,
not going to
one
get
guy.
him much. Maybe a
Every
yard,
time,
and
man.
that's all. Credited
Doesn't
with a
even matter.
1-yard gain there to make it
It's
2nd
stupid
and
that
9.
one guy can get, you know, one guy can get by like that.
On 2nd and 9, Newton over the middle to Smith. And down inside the 15 he goes. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his
It's
credit.
not that it's
Now
bad
they
that it's
look to
one
him
guy.
again. He
It's
picks
more
up the
that it's
first.
just that he's coming free every
Say, well,
time.
why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do? But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
You go up and get a perfect catch, perfect animation. My guy kind of swaps at it like it's a fly.
And
Watch.
he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll
Kind of
say
like
no
one
gain on the
like his
play,
left
and
hand.
it'll be
Look right
2nd and goal.
here. Look, watch him swat at it. Your guy, perfect animation, perfect looking. My guy's like,
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Newton to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Lions have recovered.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot.
I've been trying to get
take
him the ball
total
all
control,
game.
and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
He's trying to get his
3
I was trying
yards
to
on
get
the
even
pickup
superstar. I
there,
think
and
I
it'll
got
be
him 20
2nd
yards.
down.
Joe
All I could do is get
McCoy
him
is
150.
always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Yeah, like 20 yards, I need 150.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Unless it was like that one play. And then you like compliment him, which I thought was fine.
Returnable for Grant.
GG.
Good game, buddy.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I knew what was going to happen. I could have traded him away for a
ready to
first.
begin their next drive.
Also,
and so
have my own
close to
first
hitting
in the
pay dirt
tank,
last
but
time, fumbling down near the
when things are good with him, it's pretty fun. But
psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because
it's kind of always the same thing. Like when I get in a clutch situation, we kind of
not just for the guys on
That
offense,
was the
but
battle.
the defensive players too, who thought, hey, we're gonna put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
5 weeks. That's tough.
Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play. Wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. Now a first down run is dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Here we go. Ready?
On second down, McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Well, run on first down. It's Grant, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
They'll
try the air now with Newton. Steps away.
He
wants the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though,
and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Now a first down throw. Stafford looking in zone for Jones. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. 40 yards. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
This kid is
Finish
so
things
good,
off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Blake Cashman. He's
They
been
fake the
amazing
give.
for him.
Newton.
Didn't ask for a better linebacker.
Flush to his
Seriously,
right.
might as well be.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
It's like the bootleg, like deeply.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit,
to less than 250
and in this
yards
case,
or
lose the football.
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Newton. Flushed out right. And this is caught. He hits more. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught at the 25. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready? 180. I'm trying to collect. Great. Check back forward. Keep it up. Here we go. Ready?
Newton to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Wow, 11 seconds left. I'm on the 18-yard line, down 6.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw.
No.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Newton.
He fucking dropped it.
1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. And he'll power his way up near the 25. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.